Ladies and gentlemen, Temple Cohort 5, Class of 2022. We ask that you stand, remain standing for the presentation of colors in the Pledge of Allegiance. Present colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing until the color guard exits. Hi, I'm Dr. Kimball Thomas. I'm the Director of Housing and Community Resilience. I've been involved with the Temple programs since the city inception of it since 2017. Welcome tonight. You may have already noticed that we have two sets of graduates. The ones with the gold and blue stoles have completed their GEDs, their accomplishment, and will be receiving their diplomas. The one with our white and blue stoles have already completed GEDs and have been the first group to get technical certification through Lively or TCC or other vocational technical colleges by the legislative dollars that was sponsored in our legislation this year, sponsored by Senator Loran Osley, who's here with us, and co-sponsor Ramon Alexander. I would also like to give acknowledgments before we get to words of encouragement. So it's such a wonderful, great staff. I would like for all the staff of housing and community resilience, the divisions of Tempo, and all our other divisions to please stand to be acknowledged. It is the work of great case management, building relationships, building trust that puts young people into the seats that they have tonight and the opportunities provided by the city of Tallahassee. At this time, words of encouragement will come from our Tallahassee City Commission. I'll start with Commissioner Diane Williams Cox.
Good afternoon, good evening. I can think of no better place to be than right here. Can you? We are here to honor the success of these individuals who thought it not robbery to do something with their lives. And I am so glad that the city of Tallahassee, these young people and their families and support agreed. So tonight, I bring you greetings on behalf of our mayor and our city commission. We are so proud of you. I am your cheerleader. Give me your T. Give me an E. Give me an M. Give me a P. Give me an O. What does that spell, guys? Tempo. Pick up the tempo, Dr. Kimball. That's what we used to say. Deputy City Manager Barber used to tell him, pick up the tempo, because he was out there knocking on doors one at a time. And look at this place. Look how it has grown. And I want to take a moment of personal privilege to say thank you to the staff, to the entire department, the deputy city manager and the city manager, and all of those who are making this happen. But I also want to take another point of personal privilege. We would not be here had something not happened many years ago. We had our first black mayor, Mr. James R. Ford. And guess what? His lovely wife is here today. Mrs. Ford. And you know why she's here? She has a graduate in the group. Where is the graduate? Where is that Ford graduate? There he is. The great-grandson, right, of the first black mayor, Mr. James R. Ford. I know he is smiling. He is so proud. I know great-grandmother is very proud as well. Listen, I know that we have many firsts in the audience, many grandparents, nanas, aunties, mamas, big brothers. You give yourselves a round of applause. You helped them get here. Thank you. And it's going to be our job to help them keep going. So you got your GED, you got your certification. Let's keep going. Let's go to work. Thank you. Enjoy, celebrate, and then let's get back on it tomorrow. How about that?
Thank you, Commissioner. Now from the Office of the City Manager, our illustrious Deputy City Manager, one who would tell me has already been said, we must pick up the tempo and do more than just GED for graduates and do more things and give more opportunity, our Deputy City Manager, Cynthia S. Barber.
Thank you, Kimball. Good evening, everyone. I know we can do better than that. We have reason to celebrate. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right, more like the Tallahassee spirit. And hello to you. I didn't realize who you were, my sister in service. Thank you for being here. When we started the Tempo program some years ago, we had a cohort, a graduate class of 12 members. So you can imagine how much joy we have today to see such a large cohort group here today. This is a very important first step. I know it takes a lot to get it done, a lot of courage, a lot of support from your families, a lot of support from your caseworkers. And I started my career as a caseworker in what was at that time called HRS. And I have to tell you, I've not seen better work from caseworkers than what I've seen in this Tempo program. When you meet your caseworker, you have a situation, you need some assistance, you might veer off a little bit. We have the caseworkers going to help get you back, and so does Dr. Thomas. He actually goes out and search and find the participants to make sure that you're on track if there's anything that you need. We are so extremely proud of you. If you wonder whether or not this step that you took today, this one that you're taking as graduates with your GEDs, those in the certification programs, if you're wondering whether it matters, I'm here to tell you it matters. You're a viable part of our community. You're our next leader. Somewhere out there sits our next city manager, our next deputy city manager, Dr. Thomas' replacement. He thinks he's not going anywhere. His time will come where he'll need to move on to retirement too. And you sit, those of you who are out there, you have the opportunity to serve and do what it is that you want to do. None of us are limited by our past. It's just what's in us, what's in our spirit, what do we feel, what do we want. If you want it, you can get it. And if we can help you in any way, we're here to do that. I am so proud of you, and I haven't had the opportunity to meet you individually, but I feel the pride myself as if you were one of my own children or one of my own family members. And I want you to know that our city manager, who could not be here with us today, Mr. Reese Gold, he's traveling. He sends his regards as well. This is one of the programs that we are most proud of in our that we run, because we know the difference that it makes. That if we reach out and help each other, that I know that you will turn around and you'll do the same thing for the next ones coming after you. So I'll just say again, congratulations to you. I am so extremely proud of you. And to the families who have supported these young people, they don't always get it done when we want it done. They may not always get it right as we see it, but you should be extremely proud as family members, parents, and supporters of these young people that they took the step, they made the commitment and the sacrifice to sit here today. So to you, I say congratulations to the families as well, and I'd like to give you an applause as well.
Thank you, Ms. Barber. I see that Commissioner Jack Porter has been able to join us, and I'll now here come forth and give you greetings. Commissioner Porter.
Hi, everyone. Welcome and good evening. I'm Commissioner Jack Porter. I'm so happy to be here today. Thank you to all of the families and the participants for all of the hard work that you put in. You know, a lot of people don't know about this about me, but I was diagnosed with epilepsy when I was 13 years old, and I had to do virtual school, and eventually I actually had to drop out of school altogether in high school. I wasn't even allowed to graduate at my high school ceremony. I never even walked. And because of the help of my mother and a lot of people who encouraged me, I was able to go to FSU to graduate, and a few years later, at the age of 27, I was elected to be a city commissioner. One of my favorite quotes, and a quote that gave me a lot of encouragement in some of my darkest times where I felt like I wasn't going to be able to do the things that I had envisioned for myself. It's a quote by Abraham Lincoln, and it says, "Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. A reminder of the generations to come, the struggle of today is not altogether for today, it is for a fast future also." And I hope that you all keep that in mind. You have bright futures ahead, and we're so proud to celebrate you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Porter. I think it would be robbery, before I acknowledge the rest of the office of the city manager. Senator Osley put in such an effort. This legislative funding that we have received from the past year and this coming year with the ones with the white stoves, our graduates, is a result. So we have some 54 who received technical certifications. That would not have happened with a bill co-sponsored by Senator Osley. I think it'd be robbery if I didn't give her an opportunity to say something to the crowd. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you so much. And you know, in the job as a senator, there's really nothing more gratifying than to be able to look out and see the fruits of our labor, really. The things there's so many things that we do where we don't really get to see it. This is real. Seeing your faces, seeing you all walk down this aisle with such pride, and seeing your family members looking at you. You've overcome obstacles, I can only imagine. And think about this tonight. You're here, which means you can do anything. We believe in you, your family believes in you, and the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you put your mind to. So this is just one little step along the way, and you have many more. You have many people who've never even met you or here behind you. Congratulations. I'm so glad to be a part of this for you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Senator Osley. I'd like to acknowledge Assistant City Manager Ojatayo. Any words?
I was trying to escape my little moment, but he wouldn't let me. I am just so excited to be able to celebrate with all of you. When I look across the faces here, you all are a picture of resilience. And if you haven't figured out what that word means, you'll keep hearing it probably, and you better look it up. You are a picture of resilience because today your circumstances don't point to what you've been through. In the future, the things that you're going to accomplish won't even point to the things that you've been through. You are going to determine the future, and you've started on that journey already, and I am so proud of you. I don't even know you personally, but I know that your stories are strong, and it's going to not only change your trajectory, but it's also going to change the lives of others that come in contact with you. The best thing about resilience is that it is built. It is built over time. You're not just born resilient. People don't just come out of the womb ready to conquer the world, but it is built through the foundation that you receive at home, through the support of networks that are either close to you or from far away. It can be practiced over time, and you get better and better at dealing with adversity and bouncing back from it. And you guys are that picture of it for me today. I congratulate you. I congratulate your family and friends that have been part of this journey for you. And I joined with my colleagues at the City of Tallahassee to say, well done. Well done. Go forth and prosper. And remember to also give somebody else a hand up so that we can build a more resilient community for this entire City of Tallahassee. Congratulations.
I will pivot once more. Commissioner Curtis Richardson, great supporter. Commissioner Richardson, if you'll come forth and give some greetings.
Good evening. You talk about putting a man on the spot. But it is a pleasure to be here. I apologize for being late. I had another event down at the Capitol and got here as quickly as I could because this was an event that certainly I would not miss and could not miss. I want to thank Dr. Thomas for all the work that he has done with Tempo over the years. I was on the commission when he started this mission to get this organization off the ground and to go out and reach out to young people in our community who had been, quote, disconnected, but still had potential. And it was just him. He was out in the neighborhoods on a daily basis, reaching out to young people who he knew still had potential and could do great things in life with their lives. And that's how Tempo was born, and over the years has grown to be a tremendously successful organization, as is witnessed by the turnout here tonight and these young people who are graduating and receiving their diplomas and certificates of completion. And we are so proud of you, and we know that the future is bright for each and every one of you, regardless of what your background is. I grew up in a little small country town called Green Cove Springs, where we didn't have indoor plumbing. And I tell people all the time, it was so funny. We had dirt roads, and one of the highlights of growing up in Green Cove Springs was when you got tall enough that you could go down to the corner and turn on the street light. That's how country we were. But here I am today, so and I know that if I can do it, you all can do it as well. And so we expect great things from you. I want to thank the parents and family members and friends that are here, because without you, they couldn't be where they are today. You have played such an important role in these young people's lives, and they will depend on you to help them along their career and professional and personal paths in life. So again, thank you all for allowing me to be a part of this very special occasion. And graduates, we wish you all the best, and we will be praying for you that God will continue to bless and keep you and guide you along the path of success in life. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Commissioner. As I continue with acknowledgments and words of expressions, Assistant City Manager Doolin. Assistant City Manager Dr. Jumonville. The first African-American attorney for the City of Tallahassee, Cassandra Jackson. We'll now hear from our foundation chair, Mr. Andy Harrison of Bank of America.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas, and good evening, everyone. And I want to say congratulations for all of you for making it to this point. As the good Dr. Thomas said, my name is Andy Harrison, and I have the honor of being the current board chair for the Tempo Foundation. And so the purpose of the board is we're here to support the wonderful work that the Tempo staff is doing. And so we're out there raising money to do everything we can to make their jobs easier. You are the fruit of their labors, and we want to say congratulations to you on that. And if I could just have one quick indulgence, Dr. Thomas, I'd like to share a quick poem with you guys that I find very motivational. I, in fact, have this printed out and framed on my desk at work, and I read it almost every day. And so it's called Our Greatest Fear. It's by Marianne Williamson. So some of you may have heard this, but if you just indulge me for this. And it goes, "It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, to be gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people don't feel insecure around you. You were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And so, with you guys being here tonight, you're letting your light shine. And I want to say again, congratulations for everything to you and your families.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Chief Rebel of our Tallahassee Police Department couldn't be here tonight. I'd like to acknowledge Deputy Chief Larson. All right, he's already in the back. Y'all look back there and see the Deputy Chief right there, okay? He's somebody you want to be friendly with, all right, okay? Get to know him. I have the pleasure right now to introduce our keynote speaker. Ms. Moniece Jackson is a skilled child labor expert and youth advocate. She's also a motivational speaker that you'll find out in a few minutes. She was a foster care youth for 12 years. I want that to resonate a little bit. She was driven by her ardency not to become a statistic on the wrong side. She dedicated herself to academic, her personality, and she moved that into a professional career. She's obtained a bachelor's of social work from Florida A&M University, a double master's degree in social work and public administration from Florida State University. She was acknowledged by Congressman Al Lawson for advocating for youth rights. She's been on a congressional panel. She's the founder of International Hope. It's a consulting and community development agency that provides support services for youth and care of professional development and advocacy for them. And Moniece, if I'm not mistaken, you also are the creator and the founder of the DASH. Executive Director of the DASH Foundation. Without further ado, our illustrious speaker for this evening, Ms. Moniece Jackson.
All right. Good evening. Good evening. So many beautiful faces. I know you guys don't need to hear it from me, but I am extremely proud of what you've accomplished here today. I do want to first take the time to thank the Tempo program, the staff, City of Tallahassee, and anyone who had a hand in the conception of this program. You guys have become a bridge for this community. And when they cross that bridge, they feel empowered. You guys feel victorious, and you feel like you can accomplish any goal that you set your mind to. And I hope that the City of Tallahassee and all the staff and program directors of Tempo feel every bit of pride in looking down at these young people today and knowing that you helped them accomplish this on their journey. So I do just want to take the time to give you guys another round of applause, because without you giving them this opportunity, they wouldn't be here today. So we appreciate that. I do want to do things a little bit different today, and versus telling you who I am, I want to share with you where I've been. For me, my journey looked like growing up with a mother who lost her battle to alcoholism and a non-existent father. At a very young age, I was forced to grow up so much faster than I should have, having my innocence taken at the age of 6, and for years suffering mental, physical, and sexual abuse by the very same people I was born into this world to know as family. Needless to say, my faith in humanity was definitely destroyed. It took a babysitter to see the drastic changes in me to realize that something was wrong. And she did what any good-hearted person would do, and she reported my abuse to CPS, thus landing me in the foster care system. Going through the foster care system, I entered in 12 years, 18 different foster homes across 2 different states in 13 different counties, I'd like to say. So my life was definitely not stable. Definitely didn't have the same people in my life to provide that support that you need as a young woman trying to grow up in this world. My childhood was filled with so much pain, abuse, and trauma that I'd be lying to you if I said I even knew how I was up here, able to speak to you and in my right mind. But God, they say. If I had to put a name on it, I would say it was my sheer will and determination not to be what everyone said I would be. You see, for someone who had experienced so much trauma at an early age, no one expected me to be the person I am today. Society has all these predetermined statistics that told me what my life was supposed to be, even before I got a chance to live it. And I know for most of you in this room, you were plagued by those same statistics, telling you what your life was supposed to be like, telling you that you weren't good enough, telling you that you weren't gonna make it, or telling you by such and such age you would either end up homeless, dead, or in jail. We hear that often. But that was my motivation. I decided that I was not going to be what the world thought I was going to be. Everyone in those seats down there made that same choice. You said, not me. I choose to choose myself. I choose to control the path that my life takes. And it was your will and your determination that you chose to be sitting here in these seats today. You chose you. And I want to encourage you to continue to do that all the days of your life. Never work harder for anyone else than you do yourself. That's a piece of advice that someone gave me a long time ago, and I live my life by it. Again, I am extremely, extremely proud of the accomplishments that you guys have made here today. 122, I believe that number was, 54 technical and 69 GED. You guys should be proud of yourself. And when you get up and you give yourself an applause, make sure you're doing just that. That applause is for you. Clap for yourself, because you deserve it. You did this. You walked this path. You set that goal, and you accomplished that goal. And as you move forward in the future, keep that in the back of your mind. When you continue to reach those dreams and goals, I want you to remember this day, the day that you chose you, the day that you chose to work hard for you and make steps to ensure that you are becoming the very best version of yourself that you could possibly be. Always keep your foot on the gas pedal and on their necks. Never let up. Drive towards complete excellence, because you're more than capable. And if anything hasn't told you that, the fact that you're sitting in these seats should say all you need to know. You are able, and you will continue to do great things. This I do know. As for me, I turned my story into a testimony. I'm from right here in Tallahassee. I graduated from Amos P. Gobby. I went to both FAMU and FSU, and currently I attend Saybrook University, seeking my PhD in social work. Thank you. I am the CEO and founder of Intentional Hope, which is an online educational platform that teaches youth the necessary independent living skills to become successful in adulthood. I'm also the executive director of the Dash Foundation, a transitional housing program serving youth aging out of foster care and into adulthood. We have, I believe, 18 different homes across the state of Florida, including 8 homes right here in the city that raised me. I turned what they perceived to be my weakness into my biggest strength. And today, I get to be that light. I get to be that person that I wish somebody was for me when I was going through what I was going through. Like you, I have accomplished all of this by saying, not me. I will not be what the world thinks I am. I will not be the worst version of myself. I will make it. And so for anyone who's ever told you that you wouldn't be here today, please know that this is your biggest revenge, sitting in that chair. And the best revenge you can continue to give them is to be as great as you already know you are. So tomorrow, when you wake up, remember what you've done here today. You set a goal, you worked hard for that goal, and you achieved that goal. Use this moment in the times when you feel like you can't, because life isn't over. And there will be many more obstacles and roadblocks thrown at you that you will have to dig in to that sheer will and determination to say, I can do it. And if you ever feel like you can't, remember what it feels like to sit here today. Remember what it feels like for the fact that you sat here and you said that I want better for my life and I'm choosing me. Because that will always continue to get you through those moments where you think you can't, because today proved you just can. So congratulations to the Tempo graduates of 2022. I know this is only one of the many accomplishments you will achieve in life. I'm rooting for you. Your family and your friends and your loved ones are rooting for you, because you have already chosen not to be the statistics they had planned for your life. Thank you so much.
In the brevity of that, it was so powerful. Let's give Ms. Jackson another round of applause. Thank you, Monish. It takes much courage to stand before so many people you don't know and personalize your story to share with them. That gives people hope and confidence. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're just about at the moment you've been waiting for. Yep, I'm going to sing. No, that's not the moment. No. We're about to have the presentation and acknowledgement of accomplishments and diplomas. Going to ask Tempo Case Manager Tiana Townsend to come forth. And if all of the case managers of the Tempo program just kind of get around Tiana, just Mr. James, all y'all, Ms. Johnson, y'all just come around as well. Just kind of circle her real bit. Support, yes. Come on, Tony, come on around. Mr. McGlamry, matter of factly, you'll be seeing very soon, starting our first ever basic money management program for every Tempo graduate to teach you financial literacy, to how to manage your money, how to develop your credit, how one day you're going to be saving that money and you're going to buy an affordable house right here in the city of Tallahassee. Mr. McGlamry is going to lead that effort.
We have Mr. Christopher Aiden from Tempo to GED. Mr. James Barnes from Tempo to GED. From Tempo to GED. Ms. Olga Carrillo from Tempo to GED. Mr. Jaron Dawson from Tempo to GED. Mr. Trenton Ipati from Tempo to GED. Ms. Juanita Former from Tempo to GED. Mr. James Freeman from Tempo to GED. Ms. Nevaeh Hamilton from Tempo to GED.
Last year, Ms. Washington watched her and her son, Isaac, partnered. She watched Isaac get his GED through this program last year. She didn't give up. She's getting hers tonight. Where's Isaac? Is Isaac ready to make it here? Yeah, he's at work. She did the job. Give her another round of applause.
We will now start with our technical certifications from Lively and TCC. Mr. Jesus Aviles. He is graduating from Lively and Welding. Miss Aisha Ballesteros. She is graduating from Lively. Miss Catherine Blake is graduating from Lively with a certificate in cosmetology. Miss Jessica Brunson is graduating from Lively with her certificate in welding. Mr. Brian Brito Toribio is graduating from Lively with his basic mechanical certification. Mr. Ricky Brown is graduating from Tallahassee Community College with a certification in EMS. Mr. Braxton Dean is graduating from Lively with a certification in welding. Miss Nicole George is graduating from Lively with her certification in welding. Mr. Chauncey Hollis is graduating from Lively with his certification in welding. Miss Gina Joseph is graduating with her certification from Lively in facials. Mr. Damian Lane Bird is graduating with his certification in welding from Lively.
give them a rousing round of Come on, we can do better than that. We can do better than that. You may be seated. Coordinator McPherson couldn't be here tonight. I just want to give you some program numbers. Since we started the program in 2017 with the City of Tallahassee, we have engaged nearly 2,000 youth in this city. $319 participants have enrolled in higher education. Nearly 400 have found gainful employment since they joined this program. Nearly 160 participants are employed in fair and living wage jobs. And tonight, from what I heard, we're going to have even more. Yes. Nearly 200 participants, and this is their work, have received their GEDs, including the 67 participants in this particular cohort. This is the first ever group with the legislative funding from last year. 54 participants, and of course all can't always be here, have received their technical certificates. I'll let you in on a secret. Through the support of Senator Osley, Representative Alexander, and Governor DeSantis, this program has waiting starting July 1. If I tell you, y'all sure y'all won't tell anybody? $500,000 to take this group and more like them to this side of the room with technical certification. I want to make sure I didn't. Let's give another round of applause to the Frison Quartet. Again, thank all of you for being here. Before I leave, I got a few more acknowledgements. I see Deputy Fire Chief Sanders in the back. Deputy Fire Chief, how are you? I don't think I missed anyone. No, you haven't missed anybody. At this time, graduates, will you stand? By the power invested in me by the City of Tallahassee, under the umbrella and the shadow of City Hall, under the name of Tallahassee Engaged in Meaningful Productivity for Opportunity Youth, I, Dr. Kimball Thomas, now say unto you, you are a bona fide graduate of the Cohort 5 2022 Tempo class. You may now turn your tassels. Family, parents, if you'll stand. Quartet, pomp and circumstance, and honor them